This is so unconventional, whatever. Okay, I hear people talking all the time about not letting things on the internet bother them, not letting what people say get to them. But I genuinely do think that a big part of controlling how you feel and react to certain things is about minimizing your consumption of other people's opinions. You guys consume so much media. I am a victim of this too, though. Like, I'm not saying this as if I've never been a person who consumes a lot of media, who doesn't doom scroll, who doesn't always try and look at somebody and say, like, well, what should I be doing? Maybe I should be trying to be more like this person. We are all victims of comparison. Everybody knows that comparison is bad, but when we talk about like not comparing ourselves to people, what does that really mean? I feel like people just say this to us all the time, but what does it really mean? Like, what are we really supposed to do in order to get out of a practice that we've been taught our whole lives? You know what I mean? So when we talk about like living healthy lifestyles and actually being in tune with our emotions and really like regulating our own selves instead of paying attention to what other people want us to do or what we think we should be doing. Oh wow, there's a woodpecker over there. That's so cool. It has the red head and everything. Okay. But it's because people are not concerned enough with themselves. Like, the amount of comparison that we have, the amount of unhappy people that we have, it's only increased over the years, and obviously since the creation of social media. Now, I know I sound a little bit hypocritical when I talk about that because I'm literally on almost every social media platform except Snapchat and like Reddit, but who's on Reddit? But when I think about like how social media has really affected us, it's not necessarily the comparison aspect to me. One of the most important things that I think we should be focusing on when it comes to being intentional with how we use social media is actually remembering that caring about what other people are doing all the time is never a good thing. You wake up and you scroll on your phone. You're not focusing on yourself when you start your day. You're not focused on yourself enough at all. Like, to me, the most important thing when it comes to how happy I am, I'm happiest when I'm literally concerned with myself. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't care about anybody else, but my first thought is always going to be me. If that sounds selfish to you, then maybe this video is not for you. But when I think about like actually being in genuine relationships with other people, whether it's my friends or whether I'm in a romantic relationship, I'm saying you shouldn't think of you reaching out to these people and you speaking with these people, you checking on these people as a default. You actually caring about somebody else should be a byproduct of the fact that it makes you feel good to be around them. You know what I mean? Taking that initiative to actually reach out to people, to pick up the phone and call someone, or just to text someone, or to actually make plans. Like, that's why I feel like our relationships aren't necessarily as genuine right now, because people think that you should have to follow them. People think that if they have any association with your life at all, you should be following each other on social media platforms. And that makes it so that there's more of an obligation rather than a choice in the relationships that you form with other people. And then when we think about how this affects ourselves, a big part of us truly being surrounded by people who make us feel good about ourselves, that is eliminated. I don't want to ramble. I just feel like a big part of us actually being happy with ourselves and us actually forming genuine relationships with others starts with the minimization of social media intake. because you need to be concerned with yourself and you need to be in tune with yourself in order to actually be truly happy. That's the simplest way that I can put it, for lack of a better term. Like, let's think about the fact that so many of us have seen something that somebody posted and it literally ruined our day. That's when I started to realize, okay, I have to put a pause on this, because I'm literally watching something through a phone right now. I wouldn't even know about this had I not been following this person, had I not been on my phone right now, had I not been on Instagram. The fact that somebody's post can ruin your day while you're alone in your room, in your bed, that's problematic. Like, that's never going to be a good thing. I will never agree with the fact that this is something that's necessary. And I feel like right now I'm even conflicted myself, because as soon as my platform kind of starts to take off on a larger scale, I'm starting to realize that social media really isn't good for my mental health in that way. I feel like when I take my little social media breaks, when I take my Instagram breaks, I'm happiest because I'm most concerned with myself. When I focus on how I really feel about the things that I'm experiencing. When I wake up and don't doom scroll. I used to wake up and scroll on my phone for hours on end. Oh my goodness. It was crazy. Like, it was literally crazy. The fact that we think of these things as like necessities. Well, obviously capitalism plays a factor, but we're going to talk more about the mental than the societal right now. It's just important for us to really do things that are good for us, and that's not good for you. So how about we remember to actually come back to ourselves, to center ourselves in our life, because you are the center of your life. You're the center of your own life. A lot of people don't even know how to treat themselves as if they really are the center of their own lives. And so I feel like everyone should be starting there. Literally wake up, don't go on your phone until you brush your teeth and ate breakfast. That's not that hard. Check your messages after you've already done the things that you need to do to feed your basic needs. Like, at the very least, feed your basic needs before you go and look at what other people are doing, because that's exactly what you're doing on social media. Unless it's YouTube and you're coming here to watch my videos, don't spend most of your alone time focusing on what other people are doing. To me, that's what is most harmful about social media. If we think about before the creation of cell phones and before the creation of social media platforms, people were literally by themselves when they were by themselves. They were thinking about what they had to do when they were by themselves. It created room for people to be more productive. It created room for people to be more intentional about the way that they took care of themselves. You spend your time by yourself actually being with yourself. Experience yourself. Get to know yourself. Do things that are genuinely good for your soul. Because when you're literally spending all of your free time focusing on what other people are doing, that's never going to make you happy, and you're only going to compare yourself to those people more. So, I don't know. I feel like so many of us have gotten to a point of like obsession with other people, and I think that's so crazy. You don't know any of these people on the internet. You don't know most of these people on the internet, and even if you do what feels best for you. That's the most important thing to me.